Are you ready for one of the most important pension updates of 2025? Because what's happening this October could completely change how much money seniors across Canada receive every single month. This isn't just a small adjustment or routine increase. This is a major shift that decides who will benefit and who might actually lose part of their pension income. Many seniors are happy to see a raise coming, while others are shocked to learn that they could be getting less than expected. So, today we're diving deep into Canada's October 2025 pension decision, who gets more, who loses out, and what it all really means for your retirement income. Welcome back to CCP and OAS Insider, the channel where we bring you honest, clear, and reliable updates about the Canada Pension Plan and old age security. If you rely on CPP or OAS for your monthly income, or if you're planning to retire soon, you're in exactly the right place because the government's latest decision doesn't just affect your payments, it affects your financial planning, your tax situation, and even how you prepare for the coming year. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's go through everything you need to know. For months, there's been talk about a new adjustment coming in the fall of 2025. The government hinted at changes tied to inflation, but the full picture wasn't clear until late September, when the official statement finally confirmed the October adjustments. At first glance, it looked like good news, another raise in CPP and OAS payments, continuing the trend we've seen in recent years. But as always, the details matter, because while some retirees are celebrating, others are realizing their net income might not actually go up, and for a few, it could even go down. Let's start with the basics. Every year, the Canada Pension Plan and old age security payments are reviewed and adjusted based on inflation and cost of living changes. This is meant to protect seniors' purchasing power so they don't fall behind as prices rise. Over the last 2 years, inflation in Canada has been unpredictable. Food, housing, and healthcare costs have all gone up significantly. So, naturally, seniors have been expecting a solid boost this fall. And yes, there is an increase, but it's not as simple as it sounds. In October 2025, CPP payments are expected to rise by approximately 2.8%, and OAS payments will see an average increase of around 3.1%. That might sound decent, but the actual amount depends entirely on how much you currently receive. For example, if you're getting $1,300 a month in CPP, your increase might be roughly $36. If your OAS is around $800, that's another $24. Together, that's roughly an extra $60 per month or about $720 per year. For some retirees, that's a welcome relief, but the problem is inflation has been eating up far more than that. Grocery, 9% in the last 12 months. So for many, the raise won't even cover the real life increase in expenses. Now here's where things get even more complicated. The October decision also includes changes to income thresholds, especially for old age security clawbacks. That means if your annual income crosses a certain line currently around $90,000, but adjusted slightly higher this year, part of your OAS payment can be reduced or even taken back. The government says this ensures fairness by focusing benefits on those who need them most, but it's left many higher income retirees frustrated. Imagine working and saving your entire life, finally retiring comfortably, only to learn that your benefits will be cut back because you earn too much. Many Canadians feel that this discourages saving and rewards dependence instead of responsibility. The October changes also bring subtle shifts in the Guaranteed Income Supplement GIS, which supports lower income seniors. For those who qualify, the good news is that the GIS threshold is being raised slightly, allowing more seniors to qualify for partial benefits. This is meant to help seniors living on modest fixed incomes who are struggling with rent, utilities, and basic costs. In practice, it means a bit more breathing room for those who need it most. The government claims this is part of a larger plan to reduce poverty among older Canadians, and for some, this is truly life changing. An extra $40 or $50 a month can make the difference between buying fresh groceries or skipping meals. But again, there's another side to the story. Middle income retirees, those who don't qualify for GIS but aren't wealthy either, are the ones caught in the middle. Their income might be too high for extra supplements, but not high enough to comfortably absorb inflation. They're the ones feeling squeezed. And for them, this October's so called pension boost doesn't feel like much help at all. In fact, some are finding that higher CPP payments could push them into a slightly higher tax bracket, which means paying more taxes and keeping less of the increase. So, while it looks good on paper, it might not translate into real spending power. Let's also talk about the timing. This decision comes just months before the federal government begins its 2026 pre budget review. Many analysts believe these adjustments aren't just about helping seniors cope with inflation. They're also part of a broader fiscal strategy to manage pension spending and maintain political balance. In other words, it's not just about economics, but also about optics and long term policy direction. Some experts have even called it a quiet recalibration of the pension system, a way for the government to slowly shift focus without alarming the public. Meanwhile, the response from seniors has been mixed. Many appreciate any increase, even a small one, especially after a tough few years of rising costs. But others are openly frustrated, saying that these small raises feel more like political gestures than real solutions. Online forums and senior advocacy groups are buzzing with discussions, some praising the fairness of income targeting, while others accuse the government of creating inequality among retirees. One thing's for sure, the October 2025 pension decision has sparked more debate than any in recent memory. Beyond the monthly payment numbers, there's also the question of transparency. A lot of seniors have said that the government's communication has been unclear. Many didn't know about the income threshold adjustments until their statements showed changes. This confusion has led to frustration, especially for those trying to plan their budgets. Experts are urging seniors to check their official Service Canada accounts carefully this month to see the exact changes in their statements. Even a small difference in your reported income can affect your benefits. So, accuracy is crucial. Let's imagine two examples to make this clearer. Suppose Susan, a retired nurse in Ontario, receives about $1,200 in CPP and $700 in OAS. Her total income, including a small private pension, is around $45,000 a year. Under the new rules, she'll see about a $55 monthly increase, bringing her total up slightly, a modest but helpful change. She qualifies for the full OAS, and because she's below the income threshold, there's no clawback for her. This is good news. Now consider David, a retired engineer in Alberta who has a private pension that pays him $65,000 a year plus CPP and OAS. His total income crosses the new clawback threshold by a few thousand. That means he'll lose part of his OAS, possibly around $40 to $60 per month. Even though his CPP goes up, his overall monthly income stays nearly the same or could even decrease slightly once taxes are factored in. Two retirees, same country, same pension system, but completely different outcomes. That's what this October decision highlights the growing gap between retirees based on income levels. Financial advisors across Canada are now encouraging retirees to pay close attention to their taxable income and consider smart planning before year end. There are ways to reduce the clawback impact, such as income splitting with a spouse, managing RRSP withdrawals strategically, or delaying certain income sources. These steps can help you stay below the clawback line and keep your full benefits. But many seniors aren't aware of these options, and by the time they find out, it's too late to make changes for the current year. Another major point of discussion is how these adjustments connect to the broader cost of living crisis. Seniors are dealing with high rent, medication costs, food prices, and utility bills that keep climbing. A 2-3% raise just doesn't match what's happening in the real world. The average grocery bill for a single senior has risen by over $100 a month since last year. Heating costs are up too, and insurance premiums for seniors have increased significantly. So, even with a pension raise, most retirees are still falling behind. This is why many advocacy groups are calling for a new approach, one that ties pension increases directly to real living expenses instead of general inflation averages, which often understate the reality for seniors. Let's not forget the emotional impact either. Many seniors feel anxious and uncertain about their financial future. They worked hard, contributed to CPP for decades, and now they're watching prices rise faster than their income. The October 2025 decision, while presented as a positive step, has left some feeling overlooked or undervalued. The government says it's making pensions fairer, but to some, it feels more like a redistribution of limited funds rather than genuine progress. There's also a political side. With federal elections expected in the near future, many are wondering if these adjustments are part of a larger political strategy. Boosting lower income benefits and tightening clawbacks for higher earners may appeal to certain voter groups, but it risks dividing retirees into categories of deserving and overpaid. The challenge for policymakers is finding a balance that feels fair to everyone. And that's not easy when living costs differ so widely across provinces. What seems like a fair pension in Manitoba might not go nearly as far in Vancouver or Toronto. Throughout all this, one key message stands out. Knowledge is power. Seniors who understand how CPPOAS and GIS interact are better equipped to make decisions that protect their income. That's exactly why we created CCP and OAS Insider to simplify these updates, explain the fine print, and help you stay ahead of the curve. Every month, we analyze government releases, calculate real-world impacts, and break everything down in plain, honest language, because you deserve to know what's happening to your money. Not just the headlines, but the truth behind them. As we move toward the end of 2025, more adjustments could be on the horizon. The federal government has hinted at a long-term review of pension sustainability, especially as the population ages and more Canadians retire. This could mean further changes in 2026, possibly new contribution rates, modified benefit formulas, or updated eligibility rules. Staying informed now will help you adapt when those changes come. So, what can you do right now? First, check your latest Service Canada payment statement this October. Compare it to your September amount and note the difference. If your payment is lower than expected, review your taxable income for the year and see if you've crossed the new threshold. If your payment is higher, calculate whether the increase actually covers your rising costs. Second, if you haven't already, consider setting up direct deposit notifications through your online account. It's the fastest way to spot any unexpected changes. And third, don't hesitate to reach out to a financial advisor or tax professional who understands CPP and OAS rules. A quick consultation could save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars over time. This October's pension decision is a reminder that while the system aims for fairness, it's not perfect. Some seniors will benefit, others will feel left out, and everyone will need to adjust. But the more you understand how it works, the better prepared you'll be for whatever comes next. Remember, even small adjustments can have a big impact on your long-term financial stability. And now, as we wrap up this deep dive, one final thought. Canada's pension system is one of the strongest in the world, but it's also evolving. The October 2025 decision shows that the government is trying to balance sustainability with support, but it also highlights the importance of staying engaged, asking questions, and demanding clarity. Because at the end of the day, these are your contributions, your benefits, and your future. If you found this update helpful and want to keep getting real, unbiased information about CPPOAS and other senior benefits, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with other Canadians who rely on these programs, and subscribe to CCP and OAS Insider. Your support helps us keep bringing you the most accurate and timely pension updates every single week. Stay informed, stay confident, and never stop paying attention to your pension because understanding it today can make all the difference tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next update right here on CCP and OAS Insider.